Hello everybody, this is Nick speaking. Welcome back to another episode of City Skylines Season 3. And today we are over here in the industrial area because this is the last time you're going to see it, as this area is not doing very well and we have lots and lots of traffic going every which way, and it's not really working out for us. What's also not really working out for me is my mic today, because apparently the entire time I was recording this entire episode, I had my microphone muted. Therefore, this is an entire post-commentary for this entire episode, which I don't really get too much done in because I needed to start rendering the video, and surprisingly that meant that I needed to stop recording, and then I find out right when I put it into the editing software immediately afterward that I completely forgot to record this. So, or at least my mic, because obviously the other stuff I recorded, so think here I'm explaining what I'm going to be doing for this episode. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm taking out this entire industrial area, all of it, everything. Gonna rework everything from the beginning, and I'm basically going to extend it out into the ocean a little bit to kind of have like some piers and that kind of stuff. So, and also try to figure out what we need to do with all this traffic. So that's basically what's gonna be going on this episode. I do a few little other things over on the other side as well in the residential district here towards the beginning. So right now, I'm still pretty much just explaining things and what's exactly going to be going on, and also talking about a few new mods that I added to this one. We have one where we are able to finally control the weather, which is actually going to be a really nice one for us to have, and I think I'm also explaining here why the highway is the way it is, and also the houses and buildings and stuff for some reason turn darker when you zoom out, and I don't understand this. Okay, here we go. So yeah, we're finding a spot for more schools, because we apparently forgot that we needed to educate this area, and also I have a little bit of a mod that allows us to basically have higher educated people in lower educated jobs. That way the job demand is all taken care of, and yeah, it works pretty well. So here I am trying to put in a school somewhere there, and looking around for a spot. If I remember right, I was trying to place it so I didn't demolish more than just what I needed for houses, and that covered a lot of that area. And then I also put a high school in somewhere. I don't think it's that one. I think it is, yeah, that one right there, the modern high school. And if I remember right, I take out a little bit of a sidewalk here and put it in, so that way we kind of have, because we have it along the main road here rather than on one of the side roads, just kind of right there. And yeah, I was having problems getting it centered because the sidewalk was there, so sidewalk goes away and school goes in. Awesome. So it's gonna be kind of interesting having all this stuff going on, and I'm forgetting where stuff is in menus again. So yeah, I think at this point is where I take my first break in the video. So basically when I come back, I'm gonna have the entire area over for the industrial area demolished, and have temporary services set up so that way we can continue working on it. So I'll be back in just a minute with the next clip. Alright, so we are back with this second clip, and basically I'm just explaining kind of what I did to make the keys. Flattened out the entire area as well, just to make it work for us, and put a few little rocks on both ends here so that way we can kind of just make the keys look like they tie into the area in the hole. And I kind of like how this turned out for this area. I mean, that one side is a little straight, but other than that, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. We can fit harbors in here pretty easily, and it works pretty well for us, so I think I'm just zooming around, showing kind of what's going on, and explaining what I just explained to you guys right now. So we're ahead of schedule already, so yeah, I don't know what my cursor is doing right now. Help, please, I think. Okay, then we're back over here. We set up temporary water, which is obvious we needed trash, and we set up temporary sewage as well, because, yeah, we demolished everything. And now, if I remember right, we're looking for some trash, because we need trash to take care of this area, and I don't remember if I actually put in... No, because I put in the incinerator... What? No, I put in the incinerator. Why am I putting in a landfill? That makes no sense. Oh, I haven't put in the incinerator yet. That's why that makes no sense. Okay, so scratch that. We put an incinerator back in over on the other side so that we have some stuff going on. We have all of our power and that kind of restored to this area, at least temporarily, and yeah, so that's kind of what's going on right now, and for some reason this forms a bridge. I don't know why, it just does, and incinerator. Now, there we go. Alright, so that way we get our trash taken care of, and yeah, basically we're not gonna have too many problems with all this stuff, so that's kind of important. And I still have no idea why that decided to be a bridge there. Okay, so I'm moving the camera around, probably explaining something again. I tend to do... Yeah, here I'm showing you guys what's going on there, and obviously I didn't realize that mod also didn't control the day-night cycle, so yeah, I still need that old one. I'll probably go back and get that, and now I try placing in roads here, and I remember I get frustrated, so I basically take a break, and the next clip will start here in just a little bit. Alright, and now we're trying to build the highway, so yeah, I'm trying to find the line along which I want this highway to be built, which... Yeah, I switched that pretty quickly to the smaller roads, and I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want this all to go in, so yeah, this is going to be kind of interesting here for us, and this is probably where I run into a few problems, because I'm trying to figure out, okay, how far away do I want this from the main road? Do I want 2 meters? Blah, blah, blah. Eventually I go with just one... Like, literally, the highway itself is gonna just be right up against both sides of the thing, so it ends up working out that way. And yeah, I originally put it there, and then I looked to see what that does, and it's way too far away from one another at that distance, so there's kind of like just a huge median in the center, which we really don't need. And yeah, see, I just decide right there, no, that's not good. Go back on my decision, let's put them closer together, and right here we are putting them definitely a lot closer together than they were before. So yeah, I just do that, and then we go back, we upgrade this to our thing, although I'm using the one with the walls right now. But yeah, that's the distance I end up keeping it at, so then we're gonna go drag them out the whole way across the entire new industrial area, so we kind of have our thing going on, and yeah, then we have some interesting stuff go on with that as well. And yeah, I just basically go all the way to the end there, drag out my highways, and it's just pretty basic stuff. So yeah, there's that, and then we do one on the other side. I can't remember, I can't get that to line up right on that side, so we end up dragging it for the beginning again, which it ended up working pretty well for us, so And then there's the matter of getting that to connect, which is a whole nother story. So, yeah, I decided, okay, let's try turning that back into there, which surprisingly didn't work as well as I thought it would, because, yeah, this curve was kind of a tricky one, and I think in the end I'm just going to scrap this curve altogether because I decided to do other stuff here, which is pretty funny, and yeah, by the time I get to that new stuff, I think this old stuff is just all going to disappear, and we might not even have the tunnel there anymore. It might just be, end up going straight into this highway here rather than going in at a sort of angle, and yeah, that was not a very good angle to go in at, so and I remember, yeah, we take it back a little bit, we try doing it again, and I do this like 3 or 4 times before I'm actually finally happy with it, so yeah, you're gonna see a little bit of this, and I mean, that looks fine. I don't know why I didn't go with that, but I didn't, so probably because the numbers weren't even. I was trying to make the numbers even, but yeah. And I think I go, yeah, 100. Went with 120 the first time. I think it was 110 I eventually settled on, which was a little bit different, and it actually just made that much more sense, so. And it takes a little while to place that one, if I remember right. Okay, so let's see what this looks like when it's done. I'll be back when we're to the next segment, because basically all I'm going to do is connect this road here, and then I'm going to delete it pretty much immediately, or at least the concept of what's going on here. So I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. As you can tell, I did a little bit of something different here. I actually raised the highway here, which you're gonna see in just a second. I get kind of frustrated with this because I want the pillar in the middle, and the pillar doesn't want to go in the middle. Imagine that. So we're going to basically place this road 500 times, and then by the time we're done placing it, we're going to be frustrated and want to know why this is happening. Because, you know, it makes sense we want to line this up, and, well, I think if I remember right, I actually lined that one up pretty well. Just like that. And I think it... No, that point it didn't line up, so maybe... You know, in hindsight, I probably should have just done this where, rather than trying to get the pillars to like, line up in the center, I should have just did it the way it's meant, move the road over one, rather than... Because I'm just now realizing that the way I did this, is going to be kind of derpy, and that might be funny, but it might also be really annoying to watch because reasons, and I just deleted a road segment I just placed. Why am I doing that? I don't know. So yeah, this is going to be kind of one of these things where I think we need to just speed this part up, because this is going to be very annoying to watch and commentate over and over again and again and again, because I'm being very picky with this when I really don't need to be, but I am anyway. So let's roll some music out, and I will get back to you right when we're done with it. So I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse there and see kind of what we're doing here with this little intersection and all the raised walls and all of that. But yeah, that's kind of just the last thing we do this episode. So kind of trying to explain here what's going on, even this out. And then if I remember right, we start just doing a little bit of detail in here, and that's actually pretty much all that gets done this episode. So yeah, it wasn't the most productive one. I didn't really have too much time to record because lots of other things have been going on in my life this past week that really have stopped me for the most part from being able to really just get anything recorded. That's also why there wasn't really a Polycraft episode for this week, because yeah, not only that, but also internet problems and all that kind of stuff going on too. So yeah, it's been kind of fun over around here, and yeah, I'm looking for the pieces I want to use to decorate the thing right now, and I'm not finding them pretty easily. So if I remember right, I just end up searching for them here because I know what they are and I know what they're called, but I don't know where they're located anymore because the venue they used to be in no longer exists, which, yeah, that's kind of a problem. Just a little bit of a problem. So yeah, we have these on-ramp and off-ramp pieces, and I try like 2 million times to place these, and I place them over and over in kind of the similar area. Let's at least show you what the first one looks like, so kind of have an idea of what's going on here. I put these on all 4 of them. Obviously, the exit's on the exit one, the entrance is on the entrance ones, and if I remember right, I also end up widening the exits for 2 lanes each direction, and the area that's not going over the top of the main road there, it's also going to end up being a, what's it called, a one less lane than the sides, just so that way we have 2 lanes exit, and it makes a little bit more sense that way, I feel. So yeah, there we go. That's kind of what the effect looks like. So that's basically what it happens, and then you have cars go down here, they drive up the other side, which is backwards right now, and I don't know why. Probably because I forgot to reverse it, and I drew all these the same way, so that's the reason for it. So anyways, I think that's going to actually do it for this episode. Sorry, not much got done. Sorry for your little progress, and for this after recording that probably isn't very good to listen to, but is kind of interesting and derpy because I completely forgot that I was not recording my mic. So that's going to do it for this. And I'm going to say scratch this. So this is actually live recorded. Yay! That's actually a good thing, because basically the rest of this episode was recorded after the fact, but this is recorded live. Yay! And since you're hearing me talking about that the rest of this was recorded live, you're probably wondering, well, I thought you said you were out of time, which I did say I was out of time, but guess what? I was kind of thinking I had other stuff I need to get done today, and, well, I got it done, so I ended up hopping back on here because I was really excited about that whole highway project thing, and, well, let's just say I've done a little bit of work to it, so yeah, just a little bit of work. So, and I actually kind of decorated the entrance to the tunnels here a little bit. I kind of moved where they're going through as well, so did a little bit of work over here, and actually got in the sort of central roads through this area where I want them, and put in the entrances and exits to the highway where I want them, so that way we can maybe think about doing some decorating and some zoning for the next episode and get some of our industry back in, so that way people don't complain too much. This is going to be an interesting spot over here to figure out what to do with this. There might be, like, who knows, maybe this can just be like an area we, like, put some props in and do some interesting stuff over here. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. And yeah, the walls, the keys weren't wanting to work very well, and you know, doing interesting stuff like this, it's kind of hard to put a key there and make it look good, so yeah, I just kind of decided to scrap that idea for the most part, and I really do like how this one, we have the exit here that kind of just comes around the corner here and into like just the main road here, and then have this kind of jog over here and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode, this time for sure, because yeah, I need to start basically rendering this episode now so you guys can have it for tomorrow, because it's literally, this is being done at the last second. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!